Hello, welcome in today's video. So in today's video, we are going to look at a provocative look into the future of software development in the age of AI, where most people are asking and they're saying, is this the end of developers? So in this presentation, I'm going to explore the transformation and the way forward of what I think a developer should behave in this age of AI. And most people have been in my inbox, most especially my viewers, those people who like watching my content, and they have been asking me my opinions about AI and what is it still even viable to become a developer? How are we supposed to behave with this landscape of AI, with all these things showing up so rapid and changing very fast? Most people are frustrated, others are discouraged, and they have no idea of how they should proceed in the next level of their careers. And in this video, I'm going to try to break down how we reached here, the way forward, and how you should behave if you are a developer. And most importantly, I'm just going to answer the question that most developers are asking today, and that is, will AI replace developers? This is the most burning question and most asked question on all platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all these places. Most people asking if the AI will replace developers. And in my thinking, AI cannot and will not ever at any time replace developers. It will never. But the developers who use AI will replace those who don't. And for that one, I'm so certain and I'm so sure. Okay, so AI itself won't, but people who use AI as a weapon, they will replace you. This has been seen in different generations. When a generation doesn't, or a company doesn't adopt a certain technology or a revolution, normally that company is left out. You can learn from the Yahoos, the Nokias, and all those other companies that has lost the grip. And the concept is, when there is a revolution and you don't adopt, you will be left out or you will be relegated. So AI is a powerful force multiplier for developer productivity. Like, this is a tool for every person or every developer needs. Okay, so the future belongs to developers who learn and collaborate with AI. To those ones who are going to embrace it, are going to transform, and they are going to benefit a lot. AI transforms developers from coders to solution architects. This is really true. You start thinking, and not really thinking on small scale, but actually now you start thinking at large scale and most things that matter most. Okay, so the takeaway here is that AI isn't your replacement, it is your most powerful ally. So AI is not here to take away your job, it is actually to make you secure your job. In fact, those ones who don't use it will lose their jobs, and those who will use it, they will maintain their jobs. So what was there before AI? The traditional development landscape, how it used to be, it has really changed a lot. Before the coming of AI, we had a lot moving on. The first one was manual coding for every feature and function. Everything had to be written manually. You have to research on your own. You have to manual create a feature and functions, and all these functionalities, you had to create them from scratch. This was time consuming, of course, and when you get errors, you could debug day and night, stuck on errors. This today, right now, we solve errors very fast, and this is not because I'm speaking this because I've searched it or anything. I code a lot, and AI in terms of debugging, it has been a life changer for me. It really solves some simple problems, the ones you overlooked. the ones you didn't even think about, AI can remind you and you correct them very fast. Limited automation in the development workflow. These days, it is very easy. For instance, you can create and generate a UI, for instance, using V0 or using Board, and even deploy it just from there. So really, with all these automation and workflows, you can get the ideas done really fast. Like, if you don't know what is being done right now, I can tell you most people are generating UIs at really very fast, and they are iterating their ideas. So heavy reliance on boilerplate code, which is not right now. You have just like really all this boilerplate code is written by AI. So the takeaway here is that traditional development was a craft of these days, where you used to have high precision, patience, but somehow it was inefficient. If you compare with today, where we write code very fast, we deploy very fast. For instance, if this was this presentation I'm using right now, I just coded it using AI, all of it, and I deployed even using AI very fast. And so if I was to build this from scratch and start building it, it would maybe take me a day or two to figure it out and then make it work. But right now, within just like 10 minutes, you are done and you have it running and you use it in your daily task or daily work, you know. So has been a lot of changes after the introduction of AI. Before AI, there was the way we used to do things, everything was manual, but now things are, you know, automatic. So the AI revolution in today's development has really transformed a lot of things. So what things have generated right now? So first, automated code generation and suggestions. When ChatGPT and all these other AI tools came in place and they started generating code, this was a game changer. People started writing a lot of code that was generated by AI. You know, before there was Copilot, but after bringing like really code generation, this became a game changer. Most people started just like generating code using AI. So enhanced development, speed and efficiency. You can see that debugging, error prediction, speed and efficiency has really sparked and increased. I can see in terms of how I build things right now, I spend less days really on this. More especially if you understand prompt engineering and what you're doing, you will see that you'll be moving very fast. And the takeaway here is that AI hasn't replaced developers, it is supercharging them. So those ones who are taking it as, you know, as a weapon which is destroying them, you can use it really nicely as a weapon to really supercharge yourself and become a superpower developer. The rise of chat interfaces. So the shift from traditional UI to conversational experience, like everywhere right now is chat. If you go to Meta, even in the WhatsApp, you have AI chatbot. If you just see, you have the board, you have the V0, you have the ChatGPT, you have Cloud. All these are chat-based interfaces, and people are interacting with chat interfaces more and more, and they are getting more confident and more comfortable with the chat interfaces. And this is going to be really changing how we design as developers, how we define interfaces. This traditional look of interfaces are going to change, you know, and we started getting into like conversation type of interfaces. There is reduced need for complex UI components, like we are going to get into more of conversational design. I want you to take a look at this. So this is like an application that is helping you write documents and so on and so on. For instance, if someone has been going to Microsoft Word to type maybe a cover letter, this is what this is going to change a lot, guys. if you have been going to Microsoft Word, okay, so this is like you going to Microsoft Word and start typing out a CV. So Microsoft Word itself is a software as a service, right? This is a software as a service whereby it helps us to write CVs, cover letters, and so on. So this is going to change because now we have AI. You don't want to type everything manually. And this interface has to be forced from this original interface to this kind of interface, whereby you just come here and you say that, you know what, I want to build maybe a CV or a cover letter. And then I put my role, job description. So you can see this is more of a conversational interface compared to this one, whereby I have typed everything by myself, and you are getting into this one, and everything is going to be outwritten by, by AI. So the interface, the way we design the UI is actually changing, and this is due to the rise of chat interfaces. So the takeaway here is the future of interface is conversational, not just visual. You're going to start exchanging. Most people are going to be asking applications whereby you're going to have AI integrated, and the integration of AI is going to change how we lay out applications, how we interpret or interact with applications, and this is going to be the really new norm. So another one is the art of prompt engineering. So the new essential skill that came for developers or modern developers is really understanding how to write effective prompts. This is becoming a very crucial skill if you want to succeed in the AI era. You need to know how to write effective prompts. You need to know understanding the AI model capabilities. For instance, should I use V0? Should I use this task? Should I use cloud? Should I use both for this task? So you need to understand the AI model capabilities and limitations. Optimizing AI outputs for better code and debugging through prompt engineering. So you need to understand all these to know how do they debug code using cloud? How do I debug code using V0? And if I had a problem with Next.js or Node.js, which AI tool would be best to solve this problem or to debug the problem? So the takeaway here is prompt engineering is the new programming paradigm. Everyone need to be knowing prompt engineering. So next is AI integration, and this is the new must-have feature in all applications nowadays, making AI a core part of modern application. AI features becoming a standard expectation. Like even right now, most applications I'm building on YouTube, most of you ask me if I'm going to include AI. Like, does it have some AI feature? If it is an e-commerce, am I writing, do I have to write a description of the product, or it should be generated by AI? Do I need to generate the images, upload them, or they should be generated by AI? So like right now, AI features into an application is becoming a core standard feature, is no longer going to become optional, right? So integration patterns and best practices, handling AI model deployment and scaling, managing AI cost and performance. These are going to be some of the things you need to learn forcefully, because you need to know which AI model is cheaper. For instance, if I'm going to build a RAG application, which pattern should I use? Am I going to use GPT for to interpret, or am I going to use a vector database? Am I going to use should I use Anthropic, or should I use GPT for OpenAI? These are going to be the more things developers are going to engage themselves in, and if you don't, or you haven't started thinking about this, you are just getting out or phasing out. And the takeaway here is AI integration is no longer optional, it's a requirement. Like you need to start thinking about building applications with AI integration. And this starting next year, all my applications, at least, or most of my applications, they will be having AI concept. At least they should have some AI features in them. And this is going to be a new norm and a new trend I'm just going to be putting in all my applications. So just always, if you just like watching this video and you haven't at this point, subscribe, please hit the subscribe button, and also most importantly, like the video so that it can reach out to many people. And I am liking this video right now, and if you are getting any ideas of what should I start with, because next year is going to be heavily on teaching you on how to integrate AI in all the applications. Last time we looked at the application you are going to be building. We have a lot we are going to build. All these clones here. We have all these clones, tax, education, and all these ones. And we'll be integrating now AI in all our applications we are going to be building. And this is going to be really amazing, you know. So there is, the takeaway here is, as I've said, AI is no longer optional, but it's going to be a requirement for most of the applications. Number 8, AI powered UI generation. So at first, AI was only generating the code, okay? You used to have ChatGPT generating for you a code, and then you paste it in VS Code, and then, you know, then you get to understand what it has built. Right now, it actually just builds you know, the UI right away from there. So you don't even need to run the code to see the UI. So it can build the UI, you know. So it has all these, it can generate the design mockups and, you know, UI optimization. And it is something very powerful to see that AI right now, they can develop and build and render UI right away, okay? And you can iterate with it before you even copy and paste the code in VS Code. So the takeaway here is UI development is becoming more about direction than implementation. Like, you don't need to think about, just have an idea and then iterate a lot on it on the chatbot. And then after getting the UI you want, then go ahead and use it. That is going to be the direction of the coming future. So number 9 is full stack AI development. You know, at first, everyone was thinking that this is going to be for those ones who are doing front end. Like, the front guys are going to be replaced by AI. AI is building front end, but right now, actually, AI can build full stack. AI can even integrate, for instance, backend databases like Firebase, or maybe you can put Superbase or Convex. You can add it into an application just right away in ChatGPT or Bolt or V0, and it can just go ahead and deploy the application. So right now, AI is actually building from the beginning up to the end of the application. It can do all these things that you know that a full stack developers do. And as I've said, this is supposed to be scaring a full stack developer. This is supposed to be really you know, making a full stack developer happy, because this is supercharging the full stack developers right now. Like, it is building the in the stack that you are doing, and this is going to be helping you. By the way, most people are really worried that the clients that we serve are going to become developers. That is not true. Developers are going to remain developers, and the clients are going to remain clients. And the reason being is when the prices of, for instance, when the prices of charcoal, let's say you cook, I don't know, whatever you use to cook at home, or like when the price of a tractor reduces, does not mean that you are going to become a farmer to use the tractor. No, farmers will remain farmers. If the tractors are reduced price or they are giving free tractors, it means that the farmers are going to really benefit a lot. And the people who have been buying agricultural products from farmers does not necessarily mean they are going to become farmers, because farmers are receiving free tools or free farming tools. No, So people who are not developers, like if someone was a motivational speaker, is not going to become a developer because there is AI tools for building applications. No, if someone is a cook or a chef, is not going to become a full stack developer because AI is now building full stack applications. No, and this has nothing to do with also traditional knowledge, because someone may think, so do I need to really learn coding because AI is already doing it, so I can use AI minus doing the coding? That is also not true, because if you check and let's say I went to V0 to build an application, V0 is actually using Next.js. So if someone doesn't know React or doesn't know Next.js, it is going to be very hard for you to build a complicated application using V0. Therefore, you need to first learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then learn Next.js, and then start using the AI fully and nicely. Otherwise, when you get errors or you want to build a more complex application, it's going to be very hard for you because you don't know the traditional technologies. We are going to see this in the last slides. The next thing is the rise of AI agents, and this is a powerful one, really, really powerful. So, let's say we have been doing like, let's say go to Microsoft Word, and then we moved out from this kind of interface, Microsoft Word kind of interface, to this type of interface, the conversational interface. Now, even this one will be replaced. This one will also go away, and we go into agents, whereby you are only provided with a chat and a database. For instance, if you want to maybe to know the price of shoes on, let's say we have an e-commerce. Let me just go to one of the e-commerce here. Let's say you have this e-commerce here. So right now you just come and start searching here. I'm looking for a certain product I want. Let's say I'm looking for shoes, sneakers. Right now you have to come here and you type in sneakers, and then they bring you sneakers. Go look for a sneaker you want, maybe from these ones, and then like you go and search and click on this one. There is no need of all this. If I had a chart here, for instance, if I had a chart that is conversing with the database itself, and I simply ask it that I need sneakers which are comfortable and they are of this price, and it simply pulls up the image of the sneaker and all the details I need, and then I go ahead and I purchase it. So you might not need this whole entire UI, but you might just need an agent to interact with the backend, So, and this is like this is really scary. Actually, it's like I'm just like interesting into this, more especially for developers building these UIs and interactive. Like if you be the first person to learn all these technologies that are needed, and you be the first amongst the first people who are going to build this kind of AI-based like e-commerce or any software, this becomes really good for you because you're going to make a lot of money, But this is not coming tomorrow. Most people are going to be like, hey, so shouldn't I learn SADCN, or shouldn't I know how to learn how to use all these UI tools? Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about changes which are going to come maybe in 2 years or 3 years. Meanwhile, most users are still asking for about traditional websites, so you still need to know all these things to make actually some money. But this is actually, as I've said, the future of AI, or how to behave in the AI era. So you need to know what might come or what is going to be the future. Last time I was seeing the CEO of Microsoft, and he was talking how powerful the AI agents are going to be. And he was looking at how Microsoft itself is going to change and everything. So you should just be aware of all these things. For instance, autonomous AI agents handling user requests, and we have been seeing this. So at this point, as a developer, do you know how to use, for instance, AI to integrate it to interact, for instance, with Zapier, with Google Docs, with Excel docs, like the Excel, Gmail. Do you know how to build these AI agents? That is the most important thing, because if we talk about an AI agent and you don't know how to build an AI agent, it doesn't make sense, you know. So as a developer, I should be looking like, can I develop an AI agent for myself, and how do I use it? So there will be direct database interaction through natural language. Like, you have an e-commerce database, and this database is going to be like not even one database. We can now connect like multiple databases with a single AI agent, and it can interact with them, tell you what is going on, analyze everything, minus even the need of the actual big UI. It can generate the UI on the fly as you are asking it. You can just say, for instance, give me a chart of sales for the past 12 months. So it will generate the because we know this, that if you go to ChatGPT or you go to to these AI tools right now, they can generate the code and build the UI. So instead of actually having the already built UI, we can prompt the database, and the UI is built based on the prompt or based on whatever you want. Let's say you have an e-commerce that has sales, that has categories and everything. So the AI agent can be actually building the AI as you are prompting it. For instance, give me a table listing the sales for this month, and then it goes ahead, actually it builds out a table for sales for that month, So that's going to be also a future trend in the future. So there will be reduced need for traditional front-end interfaces, evolution of front-end development roles. There will be now new roles in the front end, and the new look of front end, So the takeaway here is that front-end development isn't dying, it's transforming. That is a good way of looking at it. Most people are looking at it in every aspect of negativity. Me, I sit in the aspect of saying it is not dying, it is actually transforming to match what is required of today. So the next here is the future of development. So how are we going to do this? What is going to become our new future? So the focus is going to be on AI system architecture. Do you know how to architecture an app using or having AI in mind? Increased emphasis on data engineering, because as we're having databases, we are going to be prompting to understand, give me this, make me do this. Like, for instance, data analysis and everything can be really done through prompting. Evolution of testing and validation, how we test our applications, and there will be new security considerations. Like, with this new era of AI, how do we secure our applications? So the future, the takeaway here is that the future belongs to developers who embrace AI as a partner. Yeah, this is the whole concept, or why I made this video, is just to know that the future belongs to those developers who embrace AI. And at this point, if you have anything you want, next year, as I've said, or even before the end of this year, I might start releasing videos teaching you how this thing of AI. I use a lot of AI in my day-to-day activities, and I might actually also teach you how to use these AI tools. We are going to look at integrations, looking at how to prompt and deploy and do everything with AI. And the last slide, the modern developer roadmap. So what should you learn? For instance, if you're just like a beginner, what should you learn? The fact is, you still need to learn the traditional development. Like, for instance, learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, because without these ones, AI is already using advanced version of them. So you cannot start debugging a React or Next.js application that was generated by AI when you don't know even HTML. It will be not possible. So you still need to learn all the traditional development. This means that the bar to web development is being raised and raised every day, because after learning traditional web development, You have to understand and learn AI or artificial intelligence with machine learning fundamentals. You have to go and learn prompt engineering, and you also have to learn AI integration. So, the bar has just been increased. We have not removed anything you're supposed to learn. We simply added more things to learn, actually. And the takeaway here is that the success lies in combining traditional skills with AI capabilities. So thank you so much for watching this episode of the Smart Developer Hack, and I will see you in the next one.